Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Imagine you are being faced with the choice to choose between only those two options. You either have printed meat or you have a human meat. This is the topic of this video. We're gonna start with the visit many years ago that Netanyahu had in the factory in which they are printing meat. We're going to take a look at this, and then we're going to jump into the topic that is hard to talk about, listen to, hard to stomach, and that is what they are doing to people and where that flesh from humans ends up. Before I end this video, I will also go to the news from Colombia, in which authorities rescued, they say, 17 children from the Jewish Lev Tahor cult. I think the number is much higher than 17 children, but we're going to look into this. And so, yeah, let's start. Before I start, actually, I want to say thank you to Marzanna, this is a Polish name, actually. I think you could be from Poland, for donating on my PayPal account. I very much appreciate your support, guys. I want you to know it. It's not an easy video to record, so just make sure that you have nerves for this kind of stuff. And if you would like to educate someone about what's really going on, you would like to share this video with some other people, that will mean a lot to me. Since you know, my channel has been heavily suppressed because of the topics that I am bringing to you. So let's start with Netanyahu visiting that factory. I'm going to mute myself now. Let's take a look. This was, I think, about 7-8 years ago or so. We're going to see it in the video. So let's take a look.
תעשייתית שפיתחנו, שמיועדת להחליף משחטה. לשאלתך לפני כן, פה אנחנו טוענים את המדפסת הזו בתאי גזע, שאנחנו יודעים למעל לשריר ולשומן, והיא יודעת להדפיס טונות ביום.
טונות?
טונות של בשר מתורבת ביום. זה רק לשם ההמחשה, אתה תוכל לבחור את הסטייק שלך, והמדפסת תתחיל לשחרר סטייקים בקצב תעשייתי. סירליון, לא יודע אם אתה אוהב יותר שומן או פחות שומן.
כך באמצע.
view order, slide to print, ופה בעצם המדפסת מתחילה לייצר סטייקים, סטייקים, והייחודיות פה היא שתאי הגזע נשארים חיים אחרי שהם מודפסים. סטייק יהיה מוכן בסביב הדקה. דקה. השלב פה הוא שווה ערך לשלב שבו הפרה נולדת בעצם, הפרה לוקח 2 עד שהיא נשחטת, היא מזהמת את העולם בתהליך, פה זה תהליך שהוא הרבה יותר קצר,
בלי שטח, בלי מים ובלי צואה.
בלי שטח, בלי מים, בלי חתימה פחמנית, בלי פלטות ובלי כלום.
איפה הסטייק?
הסטייק עכשיו מודפס, ועכשיו אנחנו נעבור
זה המקדונלדס של העתיד.
כן, כן, זה המקדונלדס, זו הקצבייה והמשחטה של העתיד.
פאסט פוד.
וההפתעה פה בעצם, אנחנו משיקים היום גם את המדפסת הזו, שהיא סמי תעשייתית, ובואו נעבור למדפסת השנייה, שזה השקה העולמית שלנו, שמדפיסה דג. פה זו מדפסת שמדפיסה מוצר שהוא מוכן לטיגון, מה שנקרא ready to cook, מכיל תאים אמיתיים. אנחנו מדפיסים בו בעצם פילה לוקוס, אין עוד חברה שיודעת לעשות דבר כזה, מכיל תאים אמיתיים, כ3 דקות להדפסה, לוקוס עם טקסטורה מורכבת. עכשיו אני אסגור אותה ונראה לכם כבר את זה מוכן, תן לה להדפיס, ככה זה נראה. ואנחנו נטעם את זה עוד רגע. פילה לוקוס מתורבת, שהודפס, מבלי בעצם להשתמש בדג עצמו.
זה מוכן, אפשר.
פעם ראשונה בעולם שדבר כזה קורה.
אני אומר ככה, מה?
טוב.
אפשר להמשיך, זה טעים. בסדר.
So he looked incredibly excited when he was looking at the machine. He didn't look so excited when he was tasting it, right? So think about it. Think about it, because we humans, we do need those proteins and those minerals that are in fish and meat. Lately, I was coming across a lot of knowledge that actually when you become vegetarian, completely vegetarian, it's not that necessarily good for you. That's another story. So what they're gonna do, they're gonna print this stuff that doesn't do anything to you, to your body, only harm, no energy, no nutrition. Your brain is not functioning after this, for real. Are they gonna eat this? No. What they gonna eat? Well, perhaps they're gonna eat this, as they already do. Am I suggesting he is the one who's eating this? No, not at all. But is it possible? Very much likely. This morning I came across this, of course, conspiracy post. Again, take it with a grain of salt, because this might not be legit. However, it's a good introduction to the topic that I have prepared for you. So if this is true, let's say it could be, because there are restaurants who serve human meat. It looks like they know the age, the gender, what kind of diet, what body type, what race, what country, what's the residential area, and what's the lifestyle. And you can have a brain or shoulder. I know, this is probably not true. So let's just close this. And let's go to the short clip that will again take me on another journey. Most of those things I already came across, but I want to make this video to those people who never heard of such a thing, or they think it does not exist. So let's take a listen. Quick video.
Who was screaming in the streets that she had. Remember that model in LA who was screaming in the streets that she had just escaped the cannibal party? Yeah, she was.
Sorry, I stop it, guys, because I have that video that she is starting with about this model who was escaping the party and screaming that they are eating human flesh. I have it prepared for you, so we're gonna go to it. But let's just listen to this girl, what she's saying in this clip.
Never seen again after this, but that's not a real thing. They don't eat people. Well, the Human Meat Project isn't even on the dark web. Like, you can look this up. Come on, this is fake. The Cannibal Club, who focuses on the cuisine of the taboo, humans, and this is the staff. And this is the founder, who I wasn't expecting to be a blonde white woman, but somehow it makes sense. This is one of the chefs who served an endangered bird to the president of France, Francois, on his last meal. Endangered bird? I don't think that's allowed. And here's the art director. His name is Hero. He hires the talent to entertain guests. What type of entertainment do they have at the Cannibal Club? Well, this week is Diamanda Gala, who is a performance artist who's musical, but she also speaks in tongues. It says that she speaks in tongues. This lady. What's her background? Do you know? She's always been around music. Her father was a gospel choir director. Okay, then this has nothing to do with anything satanic. Like, she's just an artist. So what on the menu would you order? The penne pasta with meat sauce? The liver and mushroom parati? I'm not fancy enough to know how to say that. But what would you order? The placenta lasagna? I don't know. I like the Russian pierogies a lot. It's savory filling of human meat. They're paying homage to the dead, though, so I'm sure it's okay. The sirloin steak is not from an animal. No. And if they're doing this like in public, like on a public page, what the do you think they're doing in private? I don't remember that
All right, so you might think that I'm just losing it and she's talking nonsense. Let's go to two places. Let's go to this model who then disappeared, of course, when you say things like this, that happen to be true, then you usually disappear. Let's take a look at this video. This is the scene with this model coming out of the building, running out of the building, screaming that they eat human flesh.
¡Asquerosidad! ¡Comieron humanos! Yo no estaba enterada de nada. Que había, o sea, no sé si las zombies, pero que habían comido humanos.
This video has been going viral all over the internet, and this is what we know about it. On August 3rd, 2009, in Mexico, the news broadcast features a young model named Gabriela Rico Jimenez. She claimed that she was invited to an Illuminati party while screaming in front of a luxury hotel. She repeatedly pleads for her freedom, and she claims that she was held against her will. From the captions, you can see that she made some wild accusations at very big names. Viewers of this video made wild claims of MK Ultra, although none of these conspiracies have been proven to be true. Gabriela went missing after what appears to be her arrest in this video, and she still has never been found.
So, no surprise at all, she has not been found. Now let's look at this place where you can order that fancy schmancy human dish. The name of it, and you will think this is just crazy. Literally, guys, when you go on Google, it's another demon, right? But you put Cannibal Club. You just put in the search Cannibal Club, and the first thing that pops up, it's right here, cannibalclub.org. So this is not new for me. I heard about this, I think about 5 years ago, when I started to wake up to a lot of this horrific stuff. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this already, but if you haven't, here I am. Let's read this. Whenever a taboo is broken, something good happens, something vitalizing, Henry Miller said. Specializing in the preparation of human meat, Cannibal Club brings the cutting edge of experimental cuisine to the refined palates of LA's cultural elite. Our master chefs hail from around the world for the opportunity to practice their craft free of compromise and unbounded by convention. Our exclusive clientele includes noted filmmakers, intellectuals, and celebrities who have embraced the Enlightenment ideas of free expression and rationalism. On event nights, avant-garde performance artists celebrate literary figures. You understand what is this? And groundbreaking musicians entertain our guests. Celebrated literary figures. At Cannibal Club, we celebrate artistic excellence as the natural and inevitable expression of the unbridled, did I say it correctly? Unbridled human spirit. So let's look into this. This was home. Now we have the cuisine. That's what she was saying. Collaborating with visiting cooks from around the world, chef de cuisine Sophie Lafitte regularly updates our menu with new and daring culinary experiments. The meat we serve is selected from the young and healthy. Consistent with the practice of cannibalism in many primitive societies, we view I don't even know what is this, anthropophagy as home to the dead, who are reborn into the bodies of their consumers. Each dish, therefore, is a study in taste and elegance. This week's menu includes penne pasta with meat sauce, a delicious meat sauce made from fresh heirloom tomatoes served with multi-grain penne noodles. Sirloin steak, flame-broiled 8 ounces sirloin steak, seasoned with fresh garlic, sautéed onions, and our in-house Worcestershire's sauce. Oh my God, this is just... Liver and mushrooms pierogi. That's pierogi, I guess. A Russian version of pierogis, baked rather than boiled, with savory filling of wild mushrooms and liver. Placenta lasagna. An otherwise traditional lasagna with one layer of cheese substituted by minced placenta in heirloom tomato sauce seasoned with garlic, onion, and oregano, and Mrs. Lovett's meat pies, a delectable pot pie in a genuine puff pastry crust with locally grown vegetables and tender stripes of meat. And you think this is crazy? They just say it. They literally just say it. Events? No, now at Cannibal Club, this woman again. Actually, let's look at those people. So we have those people that she read. Frequently asked question. So let's go through them. What does human flesh taste like? When prepared by us, unbelievable. Of the meats you are likely to find in stores, pork is the closest match. Where do you get your specialty meat? Our avenues of procurement vary. Most of the businesses and institutions who supply us prefer to keep those relationships discreet. On the individual level, bodies are often, I don't know this word, beheaded. Oh yeah, so now I know. Beheaded to us. For some, this is a way to supplement life insurance and offset funerary expenses. For others, such as Cannibal Club members, Gwendolyn Fenwich, who was served to her friends and relatives at the club in January of 2008, being prepared as a meal and thereby reborn into the bodies of the living is an attractive alternative to the more traditional practices of burial and cremation. We take considerable care to ensure that all our meat is produced legally and ethically and derived, sorry for my mispronunciation, guys, only from young, healthy bodies. Is it cannibalism wrong? Cannibalism, as traditionally practiced, usually shows respect to the deceased, who is desired to be reborn into the living or offered as a worthy sacrifice to some deity. Yeah, they like those sacrifices, right? It is never our practice to debase or objectify human life. Arguments against cannibalism are typically grounded in ignorance, cultural prejudice, and nonsensical spiritual beliefs. There is more. Doesn't cannibalism cause disease? Prion diseases of the nervous system, such as Kuru, are associated with the consumption of brain tissue, which is not part of our menu. What is your address? I want to visit. Introduce yourself through our contact page. So you click on it, I'm not going to, and we will send you information about our membership process. It is necessary for us to operate privately and to vet out our members in order to avoid disruption from the less enlightened. I'm gonna close this now. So what do you think? The link down below if you would like to contact them. If they still exist and run the business, I believe they do, might be in different locations because, they are all around the world. If Francois Mitterrand was part of it too. So let's go to the video that never gets old. You're gonna hear from the rabbi how they do it and how they supply McDonald's with the meat. Again, this is from the archives, I think 2006. It was an interview on the radio station. I played part of it before already, but once again, it's in the same topic to show you what's really going on, everyone.
I have a guest by the name of Rabbi Avi Finkelstein. He's off the east coast of the United States who's going to be joining me tonight. Rabbi Avi Finkelstein, as I said, a rabbi off the east coast of the United States. Are you there with me tonight?
Shalom, I am here.
There's a lot of rumors and conjecture that's taking place across this country relating to the Jewish population, okay?
Okay.
The masses have a hard time believing anything.
Well, we've done a great brainwashing job on them over the centuries, and especially the last few hundred years. We've just brainwashed them completely. They believe anything we tell them. And, in the meantime, we have a lot of fun around Passover where we steal the children. I mean, we steal 100 to 300,000 children a year just here in this country, and we drain the blood and we mix it with the Passover bread, and then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own, and we grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger. McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets, and the people, they eat them for breakfast, they eat their children for lunch, and us Jews, we gotta do what we do. It's over for you, white race. So that's why I'm speaking so honestly here, to bring it out into the open so that you can see it for what it is. You've been teaching the people real good, but they don't wake up, do they? Because you know why? They're scared of us Jews, because they don't want to be called anti-Semites, and they believe that we're the chosen people, and so that's why we can do whatever we want to do, and we can get away with it, because the white men are cowards, and we go to the synagogue all the time and have some Manischewitz and dance the Hava Nagila.
It's not that you Jews are hiding anything. You're coming right out on television, in the newspapers, on the radio, and you're telling the people exactly what you're going to do before you do it, and they're brain dead.
Well, we did a good job with the public school system. We got you to put all of your children in there. You notice that the Jew doesn't put his children in there. They go to the Hebrew Academy, where we teach them the real things, and then they go to the synagogue and they learn the real important things. But we send your kids to the public school. We even have you tax yourself from your property so that you never own your property. And if you don't make your property tax, we're going to take your property. You can bet on that. And we have you put your kid in a 12-year babysitting is about all it does, because you don't learn anything. And then by that time, the kids, they get to be teenagers, and then we give them the music. Not that we really want to call it music, because that's not music. But they listen to that, and then they want to do what they want to do, and so we sell them drugs, and we make a lot of money off your children. Your children from cradle to grave. All we do is make money off of them. Your cattle, your goyim, the human cattle. Mazel tov.
Well, that's very interesting. I understand it, but I also know the bloodletting. I know that on your Passover, which isn't mine, that a lot of little children do disappear, and I do know that, and I know a lot of police departments and agencies have been informed, but you're very open. You're very open tonight. I'm very surprised that you're talking about the bloodletting of the little children, that you put their blood in the matzah balls, and that you eat it on sacrifice on Passover.
Well, there was a goyim that wrote a book about it back in the 30s. I forget his name at the moment. But anyway, he wrote the book. People didn't buy the book. People don't want to listen. We've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years, since down to Adam's time. We take the children of our enemy, which is the white race, and we bring them to the basements in the synagogues where we drain the blood and watch them die there. It's very similar to how we do the sacrifices that we do with the kosher butchering, and so we do that, and then we mix it with the Passover bread, and so we eat the blood of our enemies. And the bodies, we're not cannibals, so what we do is we take those, because we can make some shekels, and we give them to the slaughterhouses, and those are pounds and pounds and pounds of meat that we grind up in the sausage and the hamburger, and that's why we made those the most popular things, sausage for breakfast and hamburger for lunch. And so all the goyim out here are really eating their children. And even when we say this outright and tell you people, you don't believe it. So that's your problem. But you, the goyim out there, you never teach yourself. You don't self-teach. You're always looking for somebody else to do it for you. So you wind up being schleppers all your life.
So, in my opinion, everything he said was true, including his statement at the end. You never learn. You don't do the research. A lot of people don't. They want everything to be handed to them. So they are now having those sausages. Perhaps, let me show you. Let me show you this article. You know, I'm speechless, you can tell, but you know, even though I know about this, but just hearing it again. Colombia expels 9 members of Jewish sect Lev Tahor, that I never heard of until today, after rescue of 17 minors. I think it was more than 17, but you know, they like 17. Authorities say ultra-Orthodox group's members transferred to US custody as rescued children were placed under New York state protection. This is very recent, because this is from this month, from the 2nd of December, 2025, so just 2 days ago. Istanbul. Colombia on Monday expelled 9 members of the ultra-Orthodox Jewish group Lev Tahor after rescuing 70 children, immigration authorities announced. I'm going to play a video so you're going to see them. The announcement on social media came just days after authorities said they had rescued 17 minors who were allegedly subjected to abuse within the group. According to the country's immigration authority, the expelled members were transferred to US authorities and flown to New York, along with 17 children and teenagers from the community. The minors, who had entered the country legally with family members, were placed under the care of New York's Child Protective Services. I don't know if this is really protective also. The agency responsible for ensuring the safety and rights, again, you know, I don't trust anything anymore, really. Colombian officials said the group entered the country in late October via the Cartagena and Medellin airports. A yellow notice issued on November 13th prompted a coordinated operation involving the immigration authority, the Eastern Military, GAULA, and the Colombian Family Welfare Institute to locate and safeguard the minors. Lev Tahor, which had been the subject of investigations in multiple countries, is frequently described by authorities and former members as a cult-like sect that enforces extreme interpretations of Jewish law and isolates its followers. Its practices, including reports of forced marriages, harsh living conditions, and strict relocations, have drawn global scrutiny over the past decade. Okay, so let's look at the video that shows this, and then we just briefly look into this cult. I mean, what we can really learn about. So let's look at the video, guys. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna read this because it's in Spanish, but you have the subtitles So let me just find it. Bear with me.
Verificación en un establecimiento.
Okay. So Migration Colombia led a verification operation at the hotel. I'm just gonna play this.
Del municipio de Yarumal, Antioquia.
You can see
extranjeros de la secta.
Sorry guys, I have some sound coming here. I don't know where the sound is coming from. So one moment. Just one moment. Interesting, something happened to that video. Okay, let me take you one more time. Sorry for this. I'm not professional, as you know. I'm trying my best. Okay.
Lev Tahor.
So what you see, that's how they look right here. The immigration status of 26 people was established, including 17 minors. And another video, actually, I saw it was more than 17, so that's why I'm saying that. So this is the original. Let's stop this. All right, now let's go to what is this cult about? I never heard of such a thing, but you know, looks like there are different options you can join. What is Lev Tahor? Lev Tahor in Hebrew means pure heart. Is a small insular and controversial ultra-Orthodox Jewish sect that has been widely condemned as a dangerous cult by other Jewish communities, former members, and international authorities. The group is known for its extreme, idiosyncratic interpretation of Jewish law and has faced numerous accusations of serious crimes, including child abuse, kidnapping, and forced marriages. Key characteristics and practices. Extreme interpretation of Judaism. Lev Tahor practices a fundamentalist form of Judaism with a uniquely strict interpretation of kashrut, dietary laws, and a rejection of Zionism. Strict dress code. Women and girls starting from age 3 are required to wear a black robe or shawl that covers them completely from head to toe, leading the press to dub the group the Jewish Taliban. Isolation and control. The group operates in isolation from the outside world. Leaders exercise strict control over members' education, daily life, and interactions with outsiders. Arranged marriages. Marriages are arranged by the sect's leaders, sometimes involving teenage girls marrying much older men. Controversies and legal issues. Lev Tahor has frequently moved between countries including Israel, the US, Canada, Guatemala, Mexico, and several Eastern European nations, often to evade scrutiny from government, child welfare, and law enforcement agencies. So there you have it, everyone. Another story, another day. Things are going on like this. A lot of people have no clue what's going on. I think it's important to bring this to people's awareness. Not easy topics, especially for empath like myself, to put together, to bring to you. It does, affect your energy, and it's not easy sometimes. Again, I feel compelled to make those kind of videos because they are important. You have to watch over your children. You have to watch over yourself. You have to watch what you eat, and you have to see what's really going on. And it's not some conspiracy. Those are real, absolutely real things going on. And all those, I will say all, I should say all, maybe not all, but majority, most, if not all, of those politicians and so-called leaders are part of it. They know exactly what's going on. Do they inform the people of their countries? Of course they don't. They don't. You wonder, right? If they know it, I'm sure they know it. They all know it. Why they don't inform the residents of the countries what's going on? Just ask yourself this question. I will attach the links down below in the description box. All of them, just scroll down under the video and leave the comments. Let me know what you think. I would appreciate if you share this video on your social platforms so others can also ask more questions, do more research. Like that rabbi said in that radio interview in 2006, because people, you know, they are stupid, literally. They don't want to know anything, or they want everything to be handled to them, including the information as well. So this is just the top of the iceberg, really, because you have to do your own research. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you appreciate the content in spite of the topic. And check your subscription too, guys. And make sure that you subscribe if you would like to follow my channel and you appreciate the content I provide. I know it's not easy, and ultimately one day I will return to travel videos that just brings peace in mind and joy to my heart, into my heart, instead of doing this. But we live in those times when the stuff is coming out and the truth is being revealed in a very fast pace. So we have to face the truth, you know. That's the first step to heal. Not the ignorance and pretending like it's not there. It's facing it and coming to the point of understanding what's really happening. If you choose to support my work, the best way is to donate on PayPal or become my Patreon supporter or join me on Locals. You can do it as well. And if you have Instagram, make sure to follow me there. Let me take you to my Instagram just to show you briefly, so it's easier for you to memorize it. It's Ania_K_44. Yeah, my Instagram is dedicated to travels, beautiful places, and some fashion because I like fashion. That's all for today. Lots of love, and remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. Yes, you see? And another different context of that today, from being served on the plates of some fancy and maybe not so fancy restaurants. See you in the next video. Bye, everyone.